Hey coin collectors! Welcome back to the Expensive Coins History channel. Today, we're diving into the world of Jefferson nickels and counting down the top 10 Jefferson nickels with the highest value. From rare minting errors to key dates, these coins are more than just change, they could be worth a small fortune. Stick around to see if you might have one hiding in your collection. The 1966 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel, a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but holds an intriguing place in American numismatic history. While it is just a 5-cent piece, its background, design, and potential value make it worthy of attention for collectors and enthusiasts alike. In the mid-1960s, the United States experienced a significant coin shortage, and to address this, the U.S. Mint took extraordinary measures. Among them was the decision to remove mint marks from coins from 1965 through 1967, including the Jefferson nickel. As a result, all 1966 Jefferson nickels, regardless of the mint at which they were produced, carry no mint mark. This makes identifying their origin by nearly impossible. 1966 was also the first year that the initials of the coin's designer, Felix Schlag, appeared beneath Jefferson's bust on the obverse side of the coin. The 1966 Jefferson nickels were struck between August and December of that year, during a period of intense demand for coinage, resulting in a high total mintage exceeding 156 million coins. Because of these factors, the 1966 Jefferson nickel is common in standard circulation, and most coins you encounter are unlikely to be rare. However, despite their common appearance, certain features and conditions can make some 1966 nickels particularly valuable. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 5 grams, and has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters. The edge is smooth, with no reading. The obverse features a left-facing bust of Thomas Jefferson with the initials FS below the portrait, while the reverse depicts Monticello, Jefferson's historic home. The clarity and sharpness of the reverse, especially the depiction of Monticello's steps, are essential factors for collectors. Though the coin was widely circulated, certain high-quality specimens, particularly those with full steps on the Monticello design, are highly sought after. Full steps coins are those in which all the horizontal steps leading up to Monticello are fully defined and separated. Many coins from 1966 were weakly struck due to the high production demands, so finding one with well-defined steps is rare and highly prized among collectors. Most 1966 Jefferson nickels in circulated condition have little to no value above face value. They were produced in such large quantities that ordinary examples are abundant. Coins in lower uncirculated grades may command modest premiums, but the true value emerges in higher mint state examples, particularly those with the full steps designation. Coins in mint state condition, even without full steps, are worth more than circulated examples, with increasing value as the grade rises. For collectors, a 1966 Jefferson nickel with full steps in high-grade mint state condition can be extremely valuable, sometimes commanding prices in the thousands of dollars. The difference in value between a standard circulated coin and a high-grade full steps example is dramatic. Full steps coins are rare, and the combination of exceptional condition and sharply struck detail can make a single coin one of the most coveted Jefferson nickels from that year. If you are examining a 1966 nickel, pay close attention to the coin's condition, luster, and the sharpness of the design details. Coins with minimal wear, no scratches, and well-defined relief are far more desirable. The steps on Monticello's reverse are the key feature that can elevate a coin from common to extraordinary. Professional grading can provide a definitive assessment of a coin's quality and authenticity, particularly for full steps examples. Coins graded by reputable services often fetch significantly higher prices due to the credibility and confidence grading provides to buyers and collectors. While most 1966 Jefferson nickels will remain common and have minimal monetary value, the rare specimens in mint condition with full steps can be considered true numismatic treasures. Even a single well-preserved coin could be worth substantially more than its face value, with exceptional examples achieving prices that far exceed expectations. The 1966 Jefferson nickel serves as a reminder that even coins produced in mass quantities can yield remarkable discoveries when examined closely, and for collectors, it represents both a piece of history and a potential investment opportunity. The 1966 no-mint Mark Jefferson nickel is an ordinary coin for most people, yet for those who understand its nuances, it can hold extraordinary value. Its historical context, design features, and the possibility of discovering a rare full-step specimen make it a coin worth examining carefully. Whether you are a casual collector or a serious numismatist, keeping an eye out for the details that elevate a common coin into a rare collectible can be rewarding both intellectually and financially. Even if you come across one in your change today, it is worth inspecting closely for those small details that could make it truly special. 1999 D. Jefferson nickel, exploring its history, what makes some of them collectible, and what they might be worth in today's market. Even though most of these coins circulate widely, there are certain features and conditions that can make a significant difference in value, so whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just found one in your pocket, this is essential information. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel and featuring the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse with his historic home, Monticello, on the reverse. By 1999, the nickel had been in circulation for more than 6 decades, and while the design remained largely consistent, certain characteristics of specific coins have made them of interest to collectors. The 1999 D nickel was produced at the Denver Mint, and that year's production was over 1 billion coins, which makes it one of the more common nickels in modern circulation. It is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, measures just over 21 mm in diameter, and weighs about 5 grams. On the obverse, you'll find Jefferson's portrait, and the D mint mark sits just below the date, signaling it was minted in Denver. The reverse shows Monticello, and collectors often pay particular attention to the detail in the steps leading up to the building, commonly referred to as full steps. While the majority of 1999 D nickels in circulation are worth just 5 cents, value can increase significantly depending on condition and rarity within the series. Coins that are heavily circulated or show signs of wear are generally only worth face value. However, uncirculated coins, particularly those with sharp details, strong luster, and no scratches or cleaning marks, are more desirable. A coin that displays the full steps designation can be especially valuable, as it indicates the steps on Monticello are fully struck and visible, a trait that is highly sought after by collectors. The grading of a coin plays a major role in its value. A typical circulated 1999 D nickel will rarely exceed its face value, while an uncirculated coin in average condition might sell for a few dollars. If a coin is in pristine condition with exceptional strike and detail, it could reach higher values, sometimes around $15, depending on the buyer and market demand. Despite these premiums for top-quality coins, the 1999 D remains a common date overall, so extraordinary prices are uncommon. It's important to be cautious of overhyped claims about the worth of this nickel. Many coins are labeled as uncirculated or rare without any formal grading, and coins that have been cleaned or polished often lose value. The full steps designation is genuine, but only coins with clear, crisp step detail qualify. Overestimating the demand or comparing this coin to historically rare or error coins can also lead to unrealistic expectations. If you think you have a particularly high-quality 1999 D nickel, it may be worth having it professionally graded to verify its condition, strike, and details. Handling the coin carefully and avoiding any cleaning or polishing is critical to maintaining value. Even in top condition, however, these coins rarely reach the extraordinary prices of older or genuinely rare coins. The 1999 D Jefferson nickel is a fascinating piece of modern American coinage. Most of these coins are common and remain worth only face value. Yet, if you are lucky enough to have one that is uncirculated, sharply struck, with full Monticello steps and flawless surfaces, it can be collectible and command a modest premium. The premium might range from a few dollars to around $15 in optimal circumstances. While not a path to sudden wealth, examining your 1999 D nickel closely could reveal a coin that is more than just pocket change, offering a small but meaningful piece of collectible history. 1985 P. Jefferson nickel. At first glance, this coin may seem like any ordinary 5-cent piece, but if you own one in the right condition, it could be worth far more than its face value. Whether you are a casual collector, a seasoned numismatist, or simply curious about rare coins, this video will guide you through the history, rarity, value, and current market for this interesting piece of American currency. The 1985 P. Jefferson nickel is part of the long-running Jefferson nickel series, which features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Virginia home, Monticello, on the reverse. Designed by Felix Schlag, this series has been a staple of U.S. coinage since the 1930s. The 1985 nickel has the standard composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a diameter of 21.2 mm, and a weight of 5 grams. The P mint mark signifies that it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. This mint mark is important because it distinguishes coins struck in Philadelphia from those minted in Denver or San Francisco. In 1985, Philadelphia produced over 647 million nickels. While that makes the 1985 P nickel common in terms of production, not all coins are equally valuable. The key factors that determine value are condition, strike quality, and specific features such as full steps on the reverse design. Full steps refers to the steps leading up to Monticello, which must be fully visible, sharply defined, and free of wear or weakness in the strike. Coins lacking these characteristics are considered less desirable by collectors. Condition is paramount when assessing a nickel's worth. A coin that has circulated extensively and shows wear or scratches will generally be worth only its face value. In contrast, uncirculated coins with strong strikes, original luster, and minimal imperfections can command a premium in the collector market. The higher the mint state grade, the more significant the increase in value. For the vast majority of 1985 P nickels in average circulated condition, the value remains just 5 cents. Uncirculated examples in modest grades might sell for anywhere from 50 cents to a few dollars. However, a coin in exceptional condition, particularly one that exhibits full steps and sharp detail, can be valued much higher. There have been documented cases of 1985 P nickels in top mint state grades fetching hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. The dramatic difference in value underscores the importance of condition, strike quality, and grading. The 1985 P nickel is not inherently rare based on mintage alone. Its rarity comes from survival in high quality over decades of circulation. Because most coins are handled, dropped, and worn down, those that remain in pristine condition with sharp details are comparatively uncommon. Collectors prize these rare examples, which is why even a coin from a common year can command significant value if it has been preserved exceptionally well. If you have a 1985 P nickel, there are several key details to examine. First, verify the mint mark to ensure it is a Philadelphia strike. Next, inspect Monticello carefully, paying close attention to the steps. Sharp, fully defined steps indicate a potential full steps coin, which is highly desirable. Evaluate the coin's surface for wear, scratches, or blemishes, and look for strong original luster. The overall strike quality, including the clarity of lettering and Jefferson's portrait, is also important. Coins that meet these criteria may be candidates for professional grading, which can significantly increase their market value. Even though the 1985 P nickel was produced in large quantities, the market continues to value well-preserved examples. Collectors seek out coins with strong strike detail, good eye appeal, and minimal imperfections. Auction results over the years show that top-grade coins can bring prices that far exceed face value, while ordinary circulated examples remain common and inexpensive. This contrast highlights the excitement and potential rewards of coin collecting, where careful examination and knowledge can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into a valuable collectible. The 1985 P. Jefferson nickel may appear to be just a simple 5-cent coin, but its value depends entirely on condition, strike quality, and detail. While most coins are worth only their face value, a sharply struck, well-preserved example can be highly sought after by collectors and even reach impressive prices in the market. If you happen to find a 1985 P nickel in excellent condition, it may be worth having it professionally graded. By paying attention to the steps of Monticello, the overall strike, and the surface condition, you could have a coin that is more than just a 5-cent piece. it could be a valuable part of a coin collection. The 2002 D. Jefferson nickel. We'll explore its history, its value, why some coins are more sought after than others, and what you might expect if you happen to own one. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel and featuring a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. This design has endured for decades and remains instantly recognizable to collectors and casual coin users alike. The 2002 D. Jefferson nickel, produced at the Denver Mint, is part of a series that saw a very high mintage, with hundreds of millions of coins released into circulation that year. This large production makes the coin common in everyday transactions, but as we'll see, condition and specific characteristics can elevate its value dramatically. In terms of physical attributes, the 2002 D nickel is composed of a copper-nickel alloy, weighing 5 grams with a diameter of just over 21 millimeters. Most coins in circulation have been handled and show typical signs of wear, but there are uncirculated examples that retain the sharp details of the original minting. It's these pristine coins that catch the eye of collectors and investors. When considering value, the key factors are condition, strike quality, and the presence of a feature known as full steps. Full steps refers to the clarity of the steps on Monticello, the building depicted on the reverse of the coin. Coins that display all steps with crisp detail are highly desirable among collectors. Uncirculated coins that exhibit this feature can command premiums well above their face value. Coins that show wear or have partially worn details, on the other hand, remain worth only their 5 cents. Professional grading by organizations that assess condition and strike quality can further enhance the coin's marketability and value, providing assurance to buyers and sellers that the coin meets specific standards. Despite the large mintage of the 2002 D nickel, truly high-grade, uncirculated specimens with full steps are comparatively rare. Most coins that were circulated in everyday transactions show signs of wear that significantly reduce collector value. For standard circulated examples, the nickel remains worth only its face value, while uncirculated coins without exceptional strike quality typically sell for a modest premium, often ranging from 20 cents to 50 cents. Coins that are certified and graded can see higher values depending on the exact condition. The real attention-grabbing examples are uncirculated coins with full steps that have been professionally graded in the upper mint state range. These can command significantly higher prices, sometimes reaching hundreds of dollars or even more in the case of top-tier specimens. Collectors and casual holders alike should understand that the 2002 D. Jefferson nickel is not inherently rare in terms of mintage, but the combination of condition and strike quality creates a scarcity of high-value examples. Coins that remain in mint state with sharp, well-defined steps are highly prized because they represent a small fraction of the overall mintage. As a result, collectors often focus on finding uncirculated coins with full steps to complete sets or to hold as investments. If you own a 2002 D. Jefferson nickel, the first thing to assess is its condition. Worn or circulated coins are primarily of sentimental or face value interest. Uncirculated coins with well-preserved detail, however, may be worth having professionally graded. Grading not only certifies the coin's condition but can also significantly increase its market value, especially for coins in the top tiers with full steps. While most coins remain common and inexpensive, the potential for substantial value exists for the small percentage of coins that meet these high standards. It is important to manage expectations. Many people mistakenly assume that because a coin is older or part of a popular series, it must be valuable. In reality, the vast majority of 2002 D. Jefferson nickels are ordinary coins with limited monetary worth. Only those that are uncirculated, sharply struck, and properly graded rise above this baseline. Collectors also need to pay close attention to the details of the Monticello steps and other subtle indicators of strike quality, as these features distinguish the common from the collectible. The 2002 D. Jefferson nickel provides a compelling example of how condition, strike quality, and grading influence the value of a coin. While most of these nickels are worth little more than their face value, uncirculated coins with full steps can be highly desirable and even fetch significant sums in the collector market. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a casual observer, understanding these factors can help you identify coins that have the potential to be more than just a 5-cent piece. If you happen to have one of these coins in excellent condition, it may be worth a closer look and possibly a professional evaluation to determine its true worth. Collecting coins like the 2002 D. Jefferson nickel is about appreciating the history, artistry, and potential value behind each piece, and it's a pursuit that combines both passion and knowledge. 1984 D. Jefferson nickel. If you are a collector, an enthusiast, or simply curious about coins and their potential value, this video is for you. We will dive into the history, rarity, value, and current market worth of the 1984 D. Jefferson nickel, and by the end, you will have a complete understanding of why this 5-cent coin can sometimes be more than just pocket change. The 1984 D. Jefferson nickel was minted in Denver, as indicated by the small D mint mark just below the date. It is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, and weighs 5 grams. In 1984, the Denver Mint produced over 517 million of these coins, which makes it a common coin in terms of sheer numbers. Despite this, certain examples have qualities that make them highly desirable among collectors. The most important factor for collectors is condition. Circulated coins, those that have been used in everyday transactions, generally remain close to face value. However, uncirculated coins, which show no signs of wear and retain their original luster, are significantly more valuable. One feature that collectors particularly look for is the clarity of the design on the reverse, especially the depiction of Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's home. Coins where the steps of Monticello are fully visible and sharply detailed are highly sought after, and these are often referred to as having full steps. The market value of the 1984 D. Jefferson nickel varies greatly depending on its condition and any special features. Circulated examples are typically worth around 5 cents, sometimes slightly more. Uncirculated coins generally command higher prices, often ranging from 30 cents to a few dollars. If a coin is in near-perfect condition, with sharp details and full steps, it can fetch several $100s or more at auction. High-grade coins, professionally certified with full steps, have been known to sell for over $1,000, and rare, flawless examples can reach even higher values depending on collector demand. Collectors also look for minting anomalies or errors, such as double strikes or off-center strikes. While most 1984 D nickels are ordinary, these unusual examples can carry significant premiums if authenticated. The key factors that determine whether a 1984 D nickel is truly valuable include condition, strike quality, clarity of design, presence of full steps, professional grading, and rarity in terms of surviving high-quality examples. If you happen to own a 1984 D nickel, examine it closely under good lighting and magnification. Look for sharpness in details, particularly on Monticello's reverse steps. If it appears uncirculated or nearly so, consider professional grading, which can dramatically increase the coin's market value. Compare your coin to recent auction sales of similar grades and features to get a realistic idea of worth. Worn or damaged coins typically only hold face value, though they may still be of interest if a rare error is present. The 1984 D. Jefferson nickel is by default a very common coin, but certain high-grade examples, especially those with full steps and professional certification, can be worth substantial amounts. While most coins are worth only a few cents, collectors who identify and properly evaluate rare or high-quality specimens can discover hidden value in what seems like an ordinary 5-cent piece. This coin serves as a perfect reminder that attention to detail, condition, and careful observation can turn everyday objects into prized collectibles. 2004 P. Jefferson nickel. Whether you found one in your change, inherited a collection, or are simply curious, this video will cover its story, its collectability, and what it might be worth today. The Jefferson nickel has been a cornerstone of American coinage since 1938, but in 2004, it became part of a special commemorative series celebrating the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition and the Louisiana Purchase. That year marked a significant moment in the series because the U.S. Mint introduced entirely new reverse designs to honor this historic journey. Unlike previous years, 2004 nickels featured two unique reverses, known as the piece metal and the keelboat designs. This was a major redesign, making these coins historically significant for collectors. The 2004 P nickel, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 5 grams, and measures approximately 21.21 millimeters in diameter. The piece metal reverse depicts the historic piece metal symbolizing diplomacy with Native Americans during the Louisiana Purchase era, while the keel boat reverse illustrates the boat used by Lewis and Clark on their expedition. Both designs appeared only in 2004, making the coins unique in the long history of Jefferson nickels. Despite their special designs, most 2004 P nickels are not rare in the traditional sense. Millions were minted, and many have survived in circulation. As a result, the majority of these coins, especially those that show wear from everyday use, hold little to no premium over their face value. However, condition and preservation make a significant difference. Coins that have never circulated, showing full original luster and crisp details, are far more attractive to collectors and can command a premium. For collectors, the two different reverse designs add an extra layer of interest. High-quality examples of both the piece metal and the keel boat reverses are sought after, especially when preserved in mint state condition. Error coins or those with unusual striking characteristics can be even more valuable if they are verified and certified by a grading authority. Coins in top condition, particularly those graded by professional services, can sometimes sell for significantly more than their face value. It's important to understand that while a small number of 2004 P nickels in perfect condition may be worth considerably more, the vast majority are common. Circulated coins typically remain worth 5 cents. Collectors often showcase only the best examples, which can create the impression that all 2004 P nickels are valuable. In reality, the value is highly dependent on the coin's condition, design variety, and, in rare cases, whether it exhibits an error. If you have a 2004 P Jefferson nickel, the first step is to determine which design you possess. Examine the reverse carefully to see if it's the piece metal or keel boat. Then assess the condition. Coins with minimal wear, strong luster, and clear detail have the highest potential value. If you believe your coin is in exceptional condition, having it professionally graded can provide validation and often increase its market value. Keep in mind, however, that most coins in circulation remain common, and only a small subset of pristine coins attract significant collector interest. The 2004 P Jefferson nickel is an important piece of modern U.S. coinage, commemorating a pivotal moment in American history while representing a major redesign in the series. Although most are not worth more than face value, coins in excellent condition or with professional certification can be desirable for collectors. They offer a glimpse into history, artistry, and the ever-interesting world of numismatics. So while a 2004 P nickel may not automatically make you rich, it certainly deserves recognition for its historical and collectible significance. Whether you are a casual collector or a serious numismatist, keeping an eye on your 2004 P nickels and understanding their designs and condition can provide insight into their potential value and rarity. These coins serve as a reminder that even everyday objects can carry fascinating stories and hidden worth. 2000 P Jefferson nickel, a coin that many consider just ordinary pocket change but can actually hold significant value under the right circumstances. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some of these nickels are highly sought after, how to identify the more valuable examples, and what you might expect if you own one. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938 and continues to this day. It features Thomas Jefferson on the front and his historic home, Monticello, on the back. The 2000 P nickel was minted in Philadelphia, and over 846 million of these coins were produced. With such a high mintage, most 2000 P nickels are extremely common and in circulated condition. They are worth only their face value. However, not all 2000 P nickels are created equal. Several factors can make certain coins more valuable. Condition is crucial. Coins that show wear, scratches, or dull surfaces generally remain worth just 5 cents. On the other hand, uncirculated coins that retain their original luster, sharp detail, and clean surfaces are more desirable. The strike quality is another key factor. Collectors look for coins with clearly defined steps on Monticello. These full steps coins are considered superior and are more collectible. Professional grading also plays a major role. Coins evaluated and certified by reputable grading services can command higher prices, particularly those in top mint state grades. Even though most 2000p nickels are common, those that are uncirculated, well-struck, and free from imperfections are significantly rarer, and that rarity drives value. When it comes to market value, most circulated 2000p nickels are worth just 5 cents. Uncirculated examples without exceptional characteristics may range from 20 to 50 cents. Coins with strong strikes, full steps, and good eye appeal can sell for $5 to $12. High-quality coins certified by professional grading services can be worth even more, sometimes reaching $25 or higher. Rare examples with perfect mint state grades and full steps have been known to fetch hundreds or even over $1,000 in exceptional cases. Although these are outliers and not typical for most collectors, error coins or unusual minting characteristics can also dramatically increase value, though they are extremely rare. Examples include split planchets, off-center strikes, or double dies. Error coins that are verified and professionally graded can command significantly higher prices, making them highly desirable for specialized collectors. Because misidentification is common, professional certification is strongly recommended for any coin suspected of being an error or anomaly. Beyond potential monetary value, the 2000p Jefferson nickel carries historical significance. Being minted at the start of the new millennium adds a layer of nostalgia for collectors and date-set enthusiasts. Even though more than 846 million were produced, exceptional uncirculated coins and rare errors remind us that modern coins can still hold collectible and historical interest. That if you have a 2000p nickel, here's what to do. First, examine its overall condition, looking for wear, scratches, or discoloration. Next, inspect Monticello's steps on the reverse to determine if it is a full steps coin. Observe the surface luster and detail to assess if it is uncirculated. Check for any errors, such as off-center strikes or planchet splits. If the coin appears high quality or unusual, consider professional grading to confirm its authenticity and maximize value. Comparing your coin to recent sales or auction results can also provide a realistic idea of what collectors are paying today. While most 2000p Jefferson nickels are ordinary, some can be far more valuable, depending on condition, strike quality, and rarity. Even a coin that seems ordinary at first glance could be a hidden collectible gem, offering not only potential value but also a fascinating piece of numismatic history. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your own stories in the comments. There's always more to discover in the world of coins, and the 2000p Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how even a small 5-cent piece can carry significant interest and value. 1982p Jefferson nickel. This coin features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia home, on the reverse, a design that has been a staple of the Jefferson nickel series since 1938. The 1982p nickel was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, and while millions were struck that year, certain factors make it especially interesting to collectors today. One key aspect is that in 1982, the United States Mint did not produce the usual uncirculated mint sets, which means fewer pristine examples were preserved. While over 292 million of these nickels were minted, finding high-quality, uncirculated specimens is relatively rare. This scarcity of pristine coins is what elevates the potential value of the 1982p Jefferson nickel for collectors. Collectors particularly prize coins that show all the steps on Monticello's base clearly and sharply, known as full steps. On the 1982p nickel, examples with full steps in uncirculated condition are much less common than coins with wear, making them highly desirable. It's important to understand that the rarity of this coin is not about the sheer number minted, but rather the rarity of coins that survived in top condition over the decades. For circulated examples, the value of a 1982p nickel generally remains around its face value of 5 cents. However, lightly circulated coins with minimal wear may sell for slightly more, often around $1 or $2 among collectors. Uncirculated coins in mint state can fetch anywhere from $6 to $12, depending on the quality of the strike and overall eye appeal. The coins that command the highest premiums are those with the full steps designation and exceptional uncirculated condition. These coins have been known to sell for thousands of dollars at auction, demonstrating how a seemingly common nickel can become a valuable collector's item. If you have a 1982 P nickel, there are several things to look for. First, check for the P mint mark under the date to confirm it was minted in Philadelphia. Next, assess the coin's condition. The less wear, the sharper the details and the better its value. Examine the steps on Monticello carefully. Coins that display all the stairs fully and sharply are considered full steps and are significantly more valuable. Finally, professional grading can add credibility and further increase value, especially for coins in top condition. The potential for a 1982 P nickel to be worth far more than 5 cents lies in the combination of collector demand and the rarity of well-preserved examples. Coins that are uncirculated, have strong detail, and display full steps can reach extraordinary values in today's market. Even coins that are not extreme rarities are still collectible and provide insight into modern coin collecting, showing how condition, preservation, and detail can dramatically affect a coin's value. So if you come across a 1982 P Jefferson nickel, take a moment to inspect it closely. You may be holding a piece of history that is far more valuable than its face value suggests. Even if your coin is a standard circulated example, it's a reminder of the fascinating world of coin collecting, where the smallest details can make the biggest difference. The 1982 P Jefferson nickel stands as an example of how modern coins can hold both historical interest and collector value, offering a chance for enthusiasts to discover hidden treasures in plain sight. 2007 D Jefferson nickel, a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but actually has a fascinating story when it comes to its history, design, and collector value. This small 5-cent piece has more to offer than its face value suggests, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why some 2007 D nickels are sought after by collectors and how to spot the ones that might be worth more than just 5 cents. The Jefferson nickel series was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It has consistently featured Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse. In the mid-2000s, the series underwent temporary design changes to commemorate the Lewis and Clark expedition and the Louisiana Purchase. By 2006, the mint returned to the Monticello reverse but introduced a modern, forward-facing portrait of Jefferson on the obverse. The 2007 D nickel belongs to this modern Jefferson era, a design that continues today, featuring a more detailed and lifelike depiction of the third President of the United States. The 2007 D nickel was produced at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark. It is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 5 grams, and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. With a total mintage of over 626 million, it is one of the more common nickels, which means that most coins you encounter will be ordinary circulation examples. Despite its high mintage, collectors are drawn to certain qualities that can make a 2007 D nickel more desirable, particularly the condition of the strike and the detail on Monticello's steps. One of the most important collector features is known as full steps. This refers to the staircase at the base of Monticello on the reverse of the coin. On many coins, these steps are worn down or poorly struck, making them indistinct. A coin that is struck sharply with all 5 steps clearly defined and uninterrupted is called a full step specimen. These coins are usually in uncirculated condition and are highly prized by collectors because achieving a perfect strike on such a hard planchet is difficult. A properly struck full steps 2007 D nickel can be much more valuable than ordinary examples, even though the coin itself is modern and common. When it comes to value, most 2007 D nickels in circulated condition are worth only their face value, 5 cents. Uncirculated examples in clean condition might sell for 30 cents to 60 cents, and a particularly well-struck specimen could be worth over $1 to a collector. The key factors that affect value are strike quality, surface preservation, and overall eye appeal. A coin with crisp detail, full steps, and minimal marks can attract collectors looking to complete date and mint mark sets or build a collection of full steps nickels. despite these potential premiums, it's important to understand why the 2007 D nickel is generally not considered a high-value coin. Its extremely large mintage ensures that many have survived, the coin contains no precious metal, and collector interest is usually focused on older, rarer, or historically significant coins. Circulated examples often show wear, scratches, or soft strikes, further limiting their appeal. Even so, the coin remains interesting from a numismatic perspective because it represents the modern Jefferson design era and offers collectors a subtle challenge in finding full steps and flawless examples. If you have a 2007 D nickel in your collection, there are a few things to look for if you want to assess its potential value. First, confirm the Denver Mint mark. Next, closely inspect Monticello's steps to see if all 5 are fully visible and distinct. Examine the coin's surface for luster, sharpness, and the absence of contact marks. Coins that meet these criteria and remain uncirculated are more likely to attract collector interest and may sell for a premium compared to ordinary circulated examples. The 2007 D Jefferson nickel may appear to be just a small piece of change, but for collectors, it can hold a subtle intrigue. While most coins are only worth their face value, high-quality, well-struck full steps examples are more desirable and can command a small premium. It's a reminder that even the most common coins can carry a story and value beyond what we see at first glance. So next time you come across a 2007 D nickel, take a closer look. You might have more than just 5 cents in your hand. The 2011 D Jefferson nickel. At first glance, this coin might appear to be an ordinary 5-cent piece, but in the world of coin collecting, even modern coins can carry surprising value. Today, we're going to look at its history, what makes certain examples rare, the factors that determine its value, and why collectors continue to seek these coins decades after they were minted. The Jefferson nickel series has a rich history, first introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel. Featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse, the series has seen design updates over the years while maintaining its iconic look. The 2011 D Jefferson nickel was minted at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small D mint mark. It weighs 5 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, and is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. With over 540 million minted, it is among the more common modern nickels in terms of production. However, quantity alone does not determine value, especially when we consider the condition and collectible attributes of individual coins. While most 2011 D nickels in circulation are only worth their face value, some coins have features that elevate them far above ordinary 5-cent pieces. One of the most important factors for collectors is condition, also known as the coin's grade. A coin's grade is determined by the level of wear, preservation of details, luster, and overall eye appeal. For modern coins like the 2011 D nickel, grading plays a particularly crucial role. Even small scratches, tiny nicks, or slight signs of circulation can reduce a coin's value significantly. Another critical feature is the full steps designation. On the reverse of the nickel, Monticello's steps are carefully struck during the minting process. If each step is fully defined and visible, the coin is said to have full steps. This designation is highly sought after among collectors because it indicates both a strong strike and that the coin has been exceptionally well preserved. Coins with full steps are considered far superior to those without, and the difference in value can be dramatic, especially when combined with a high grade. Most circulated 2011 D nickels are worth only 5 cents. Uncirculated examples without special attributes might sell for slightly more, typically between 30 cents and $1, depending on the coin's condition and market interest. However, coins that are uncirculated and display full steps, especially when graded professionally, can command prices in the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These exceptional coins are rare not because they were scarce at the mint, but because so few have survived in pristine condition. Millions were minted, but most entered circulation, where everyday handling, scratches, and wear diminished their quality. Coins that remain uncirculated with original luster and sharp details are therefore extremely valuable in the collector market. If you have a 2011 D Jefferson nickel and are curious about its potential value, start by examining it closely. Look at the steps on Monticello. If every step is fully visible, that's a strong indicator of full steps. Inspect the coin's surfaces for scratches, marks, or dullness. High-quality coins with sharp details, brilliant surfaces, and nowhere are more desirable and may benefit greatly from professional grading. Grading services evaluate the coin's condition using strict standards and assign a grade that helps collectors and dealers determine value accurately. Coins that achieve high grades, particularly in the MS65 to MS68 range, can fetch significant prices at auction or through private sales. It's important to note that rarity does not only refer to how many coins were minted. Even with over 500 million 2011 D nickels produced, only a tiny fraction exist in exceptional, uncirculated condition with full steps. That is what makes some coins rare in practical terms. The passage of time, circulation, and handling have reduced the number of coins that meet the highest standards, creating scarcity among modern coins that were otherwise common. Collectors recognize this scarcity and are willing to pay premiums for coins that have survived nearly flawless. Recent auctions have demonstrated that these coins can achieve astonishing prices. Some 2011 D Jefferson nickels graded at the top of the scale and exhibiting full steps have sold for several $1,000s. These sales highlight an important truth about coin collecting: even coins minted in the last decade or two can become highly valuable, provided they are preserved in exceptional condition. The combination of high-grade preservation, strong strike, and verified authenticity creates demand among collectors and investors alike. When evaluating a 2011 D nickel, collectors also consider factors such as eye appeal, luster, and strike quality. A coin that is evenly struck with smooth surfaces and no blemishes is far more desirable than one with minor flaws. Even a coin that is technically uncirculated but shows slight imperfections may be worth significantly less than a coin in perfect condition. This attention to detail is what separates ordinary pocket change from a valuable collectible. The 2011 D Jefferson nickel is a fascinating example of how modern coins can carry value well beyond their face. While the majority of these coins are common and worth only 5 cents, a small number have survived in exceptional condition, often displaying full steps, sharp details, and brilliant surfaces. These coins are highly sought after by collectors and can fetch substantial prices when professionally graded and sold. The key to understanding value lies in examining each coin carefully, considering its preservation, and recognizing that even modern issues can become rare treasures over time. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about the coins in your pocket, the 2011 D Jefferson nickel is a reminder that even a small, seemingly ordinary coin can hold extraordinary potential. Attention to detail, preservation, and understanding what collectors look for can transform a simple 5-cent piece into a remarkable and valuable collectible. So take a closer look at your coins, because hidden gems can appear where you least expect them. Thank you for joining me as we explored the history, rarity, and value of the Jefferson nickels. Whether you're inspecting your own collection or just enjoying the stories behind these coins, I hope this guide helps you understand why some coins become treasured collectibles while others remain everyday currency.